Well, I don't think he quite has the cue power of Mark, but he's going to need every ounce of what he has to get the cue ball out onto a colour when potting this next red. The table actually has been playing very nicely
12.
for this type of shot, but again, he's got to use so much power and spin. Yeah, almost not so much too good, but
13.
yeah, he probably thought he was going to catch more of the pack. I certainly thought so.
Zhao Xintong, 13.
It's nothing we haven't seen before, is it? Terrific escape. I like the way he played it. He had two reds on offer to clip thin, and as usual, shot selection imperious.
But he grazed the blue, didn't he? But it's okay. Fuller contact. He could have left that red on the left-hand side.
Yeah, for once not a good defensive shot from Selby now. Xintong, we know this is his type of shot. They've got to all start going in, and soon. That'll do nicely.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, that was a lovely touch. Well judged. Shouldn't be a problem with the blacks, so all of a sudden this is becoming a pretty good chance.
Fourteen. 15.
That's such a poor shot, got to be honest. I mean, he
22.
Oh, he's trying to catch the red full ball. It didn't look on. He's still got a red with the rest, the cut back. But it's the small details he's been faltering on tonight.
Twenty-nine. 30.
Yeah, that was excellent work. The last couple of shots, just get back into prime position. He just could be doing with winning the frame in one visit, keep marking his seat.
$37. 38. 45. 46.
Just focus now for a couple more shots. Ooh, it nearly went wrong. He just grazed the red, but he's still on it. And it is frame ball.
53.
No problem, he's still on it. You want to make sure we had that frame, didn't we, last week in Berlin, where Selby plays Xu So, another Chinese player, and the decider. He needed 4 snookers, he got them. He didn't ultimately win, but he can put you through pain even when you think the frame's over. So this red needs to go in, and it has. And he's pulled one back.
50. 67. 68.
He's made 44 centuries this season, so he's only 9 behind Selby. Although he may remain that many behind here, unless he can conjure something up with this shot. Yeah, like that. Lovely stuff. Ooh, miscued there. Well, the pink's still in. Let's hope his tip's okay. It's one of the most unlikely centuries if he makes it now.
81.
Anyway, he's won the frame. 81 from Zhao Xintong. And he's still in this match, albeit Mark Selby still needs just one more, leading now by 4 frames to 2. For 2 to Mark Selby against Zhao Xintong, who's just made a break of 81 to win the 6th frame. Selby still one away
27.
from the quarterfinals of the
2023.
World Grand Prix. Thing with Xintong, I always feel, we saw it in that last frame, he never looks like he's under pressure. You know, he made that break, it was all coming kind of easy to him. But in terms of the match, he is. He's 4-2 down. He knows the situation, I'm sure, with the Players' Championship, which he'd love to be in. Because if you don't qualify for that, it's harder then to get in the Tour Championship, which is for the top 12 after the World Open. So the Welsh and the World Opens will count, but so will the Players' Championship itself. It's a ranking tournament, so if you don't get in that one, it is going to be tough to get in the last one. Which wouldn't leave him with that much snooker, actually, before his World Championship title defence. Selby's always in those tournaments, isn't he? He was runner-up to John Higgins at the Tour Championship last season, one of the matches of the season. 8 centuries. Incredible standard between the two of them.
Plant to left middle, this is very risky. Oh, great pot, well played, and the cue ball runs.
1.
Another half a roll of the cue ball, and he would have been quite nice on green or brown, but still okay. Did miss this earlier, not unlike this where he undercut it. That's better. So all of a sudden he's got the wind in his sails, Xintong, and not frightened to take on a big shot as we saw with that plant. We know that anyway, but what a chance he's given himself now. It's kind of the way he plays in it. It's a high risk strategy at times, but just look at the reds now.
Yeah, and this is all about keeping things simple, isn't it? You know, we talk about pot success, but of course a big part of that is what sort of pot he left, and cue ball control is central to that. So if he can just mind his work, it's a wonderful opportunity. Worth saying as well, last year in the quarterfinals here in Hong Kong, Mark Selby was 4-2 up to Stuart Bingham and lost 5-4.
13.
He knows these matches can go away from you. You don't have to do that much wrong either for it to happen.
Fourteen.
Yeah, he's still okay, but as far as to say the break's unravelling in some way, but anytime you have to play a cannon, it obviously can go wrong. Now, can he avoid it here? Last thing he needs is to brush that other red. That'll do.
22.
Yeah, so he can be a little more neat and tidy with his cue ball. It shouldn't be a problem. There's the one that got it all started. And that was no sitter. It wasn't dead set. It was, I think, a fraction off set, as we call it. Took a risk, as he normally does. And so anything nice and straight on the black. Doesn't really want to be high. Be forced to play a cannon.
29.
Oh, that looks absolutely perfect.
$36.
I don't know if he's having a bit of a problem confidence-wise with his tip. He's not quite gripping the cue ball the way he normally does. That was certainly the case on that last shot. Didn't quite get the backspin.
$37. $44. $45. $52.
Well, again, he is on one, but it's a bit of a high wire act, isn't it? That could have gone wrong, but he's okay. And he's moving
53.
closer to pulling another one back here. Just keeping Selby completely cold for now.
$58.
Quite unusual, actually, Xintong, that he doesn't play with his opposite hand very often.
59.
I mean, that was a classic case where a lot of players would have done. He's not like that, but of course he doesn't have to. So, red in a colour from here, and it's going to be 4-3.
66. $67.
Yeah, Xintong now playing his best snooker of the match in this spell.
74.
Made 81 in the last frame.
75. $82. $83.
Zhao Xintong made a 144 first frame against Ronnie O'Sullivan earlier on, so that's obviously can't be beaten here, but even so, this is a terrific contribution back to the wall.
90.
The Championship
91.
League, not only did he make a maximum recently, he made his 200th career century. He's on 202 in total.
$98. $99.
And this is another one for the collection, and what a timely break it's been as well. Lovely stuff. Started with that wonderful plan.
$106. $107. 113. 115.
Alan Hughes, who was MC for many years and one of a number of great people in the sport we've lost in recent times, he used to say of Stephen Hendry, when he introduced him, the touch and the talent. And I think that certainly applies to this young man. What a wonderful striker of the ball he is. Just makes this look so easy.
122. 127. 133.
Two great frames then from Zhao Xintong, 81 in the last. And a magnificent total clearance of 140 in this frame. And he's right back in it now. Just one frame between them. Mark Selby's lead reduced to 4-3. Ascendancy now.
From 8. Mark Selby to break.
So this match a lot closer. 4-3 to Selby. It was 4-1.
Mentioned the high risk type of strategy game that he plays, and evidence of it again there. Was always bound to leave one, and he has. So can Mark re-establish himself under quite a bit of pressure? Ah, beautifully played. And that will ease the pressure, because at least here he certainly looks to have 4 or 5 straightforward shots to get the feeling back in the Q arm. It's exactly what you need after the onslaught.
It's such an open match, isn't it? The frames have been quick. It's all been kind of one-visit stuff, apart from the frame where Selby cleared up, frame 3. Sort of kill or be killed snooker.
10. 11.
'Wow. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
11.
What a miss.
This it. One.
And everything, well, not everything, but most things now going Xintong's way. For a horrible moment there, it looked like he was on nothing. But he's perfect again. Yeah, that was a shocker of a miss by Selby, wasn't it?
7. 8.
Yes, by far the biggest mistake he's made today. He's missed a few sort of long pots and more difficult ones, but that was regulation.
The only thing he obviously doesn't want to play the black off this red because it does complicate matters. And the black going in behind where the pink is on the black spot. He doesn't have any other option, so it does complicate things.
15.
He's actually landed nicely where he can free the pink spot if he wants to. I know the other red, the one nearest the cue ball, is more guaranteed position. But if he can pot the straighter one and flick the other one away, then he gets a high value colour on that pink spot, and that's what he's playing. Wow, that's not good.
23.
That's not good. If he hasn't freed up the spot. Good pot though, so now we're going to find out, but is he on a red anyway? I don't think so. It's end a break barring a plant. Unfortunate, to be fair, to find almost the impossible gap through that little cluster of reds. And it'll be a wee bit more irritating the fact that he did get the black spot free. So plant, it's fairly well set. I fancy him for this. Yeah, well played.
31.
Oh, and that's a beautiful shot. To get nice in behind the red. Should win the frame now. I know there's a lot to do. But the way that he's hitting it now, you got to fancy him.
Yes, in this frame, different to the other two, where Selby didn't really get much of a look in. He was in nicely here. Remember, Xintong first shot, the long red, missed it. Gave Selby the opening, but unexpectedly missed that black.
Forty. 41. 47.
Yeah, as I say, just out of nowhere, he was a bit confused by it. And this is the frustrating thing in snooker, because you then have to sit where Mark Selby is, and all the positive thoughts that he's had today start to recede, and he asking himself, why did he miss that, and has it cost me not only the frame but potentially the match? You can't just, unless your opponent misses, you can't just come back to the table and put it right. And Zhao Xintong is not missing here.
54. 55.
Pink will put him 51 in front with 51 on, so one more red, and it's 4-4, and this is a terrific rally from Zhao Xintong. You know, he's talked about rightly as being a great talent, but snooker is so much about resilience, and he's dug in here and won these frames very impressively. You know, he kept his head up, and he's going to take us all the way. Remember, his only victory over Selby, it was this season at the International Championship quarterfinals. He won 6-5.
71.
I kind of said about the similarities between him and Mark Williams. He's very much like Mark as well, that
78.
he doesn't get caught up in the comeback. He doesn't quicken up his game. He's still sort of just meandering round the table, knocking balls in like it's no big thing. And that's intimidating in a different way to most of the great champions.
$85. 87. 90.
Well, his form has been up and down this season, in fairness. Most players have experienced that. But we're now seeing the best of Zhao Xintong. Not only the breaks he's making, but the context in which he's making them behind in this match. But he's not behind anymore.
99.
So this pink, for back-to-back centuries, Mark Selby missed that black at close range. It's been really costly. That was his chance to win. He's going to have to try and do it all again in the decider.
105.
What a match it's been. Terrific viewing for the crowd here in Hong Kong. And they've got one more frame to enjoy. Big cheer for world champion Zhao Xintong. A clearance of 112 to force the decider. All square then at 4-4. The handshake before the decider. Mark Selby led 4-1. Zhao Xintong has made breaks of 81, 140 and 112 to set up one last frame. It's been brilliant viewing, and of course we didn't, on the main TV table in Berlin at the German Masters, we didn't get a single decider. This is actually the first on the main table this week.
Well, a good bad one, but the other bad thing about it is, of course, he has left a red from hand for Xintong. A wonderful piece of cue, and almost when he didn't need it, dead straight, and he hit it dead straight. He almost knew that red was going to disappear before it did. It has to run, though, the cue ball. Yeah, a bit short now. Can he negotiate a path round the baulk colours and back down table? Well, that will do. It wasn't planned, obviously, so everything at the moment, the little glances and just small things going his way, but in some ways he deserves it. Playing beautifully at the moment.
Just quickly, while the cue ball's clean, we've got our first winner of the session. Ali Carter has beaten Yuan Sijun 5-2. So Carter now plays either Zhou Yulong or Jack Jones. It's 4-1 there to Zhou Yulong.
Well, Mark Selby will be sitting in this chair thinking, how on earth has this gone wrong?
Yes, he was playing magnificently to 4-1. The next two frames, he didn't do much wrong. Obviously, the last one, though, he did miss that black. And now just things conspiring against him. You know, he pots the red, goes in off, leaves a long red. Xintong gets the nice kiss off the brown. It's all kind of just turned around, isn't it?
Just checking out those reds there. Doesn't appear that any of them are on. So does he risk a cannon into them right now? I think that's what he's weighing up. Not the greatest split.
30.
But he seems to be quite happy with this. He's okay.
He can impress in different ways in snooker. One is through front running, just destroying everybody, which is kind of what Zhao Xintong did at the World Championship.
37.
And the other, of course, is in adversity, proving your mettle. He was 4-1 down. He was being outplayed. But it's in his hands now to get this one. He's got the chance, having already produced 3 brilliant breaks, to force this decider. Just looking for one more.
Needed another 2 or 3 inches. Now, is it in and out of baulk, or does he feel he can hold? No, it goes astray. We're going to get some more drama.
45.
Yeah, match full of one-sided frames, but the last frame could be very close now. The break was just, it was slightly unravelling, wasn't it, in terms of position? And in the end, it has gone wrong. So Selby, who you can guarantee was watchful throughout that in case the chance came, at least gets back to the table here. Just had another result. Zhao Yulong has beaten Jack Jones 5-1. So he will play Alicante now in the next round.
He's completely lost his cueing and he's left an absolute sitter. Surely now Xintong will close this one out. You've got to hand it to him because he's played lovely on the way back. I mean, the plant that he knocked in a couple of frames ago, and yes, he's had the odd flick here and there, but he's played superbly.
Well, if he does win it here, and it's a great chance, that will be a record. It'll be 6 Chinese quarter-finalists. The old record was 5. Of course, a guaranteed one, whoever wins between Wu Yize and Chan Bingyu. This morning we saw Zhao Gudong, Se Jiawei and Zhang Anda successful. And in this session, Zhao Yulong. So Zhao Xintong here looking to join them. And what a comeback it's been.
8.
Yeah, if this pink disappears, which it should do, there isn't going to be any way back for Mark. He missed a horrible blue off the spot at the Masters this year, didn't he, against Zhao Gudong. And a black off the spot, a really basic one, is going to not cost him this match, but it's certainly
15.
been a major turning point.
And maybe this is the result that just kickstarts Zhao Xintong's season. To beat Selby, who was playing so well from 4-1 down, playing so well himself. And of course it keeps him in contention for the Players' Championship. If he can win his next match, he should be in that tournament as well. So a huge result this for the world champion. Selby made breaks a 90, 109, a 73 clearance, a 56 as well for 4-1. Zhao Xintong came back with 81, 140, 112, and is going to win the decider in a couple of visits.
29. $35.
So next up for him will be the Scottish Open champion, Chris Wakelin.